Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Crime Unveiled with Courtney Bennett on this Tuesday evening. Tonight, we're going to talk about charges that were announced today on 4 people. This is an Oakland County case, but Attorney General Dana Nessel announced those charges this afternoon. This is dealing with the death of the 5-year-old Thomas Cooper, who was in that hyperbaric chamber back in January. That chamber exploded. There was a fire inside. And sadly, Thomas, he lost his life. His mother, who was standing outside of the chamber, she also was hurt. Today, those charges were announced against 4 people, including the owner of the Oxford Center. Now, this happened in Troy one early morning in January. And today we are hearing from the state's top attorney, Dana Nessel, who says that her office has filed charges and those 4 people were arraigned today in court in Oakland County. I'm going to play some sound for you on what Nessel had to say during a news conference this afternoon.
This was an unscrupulous business operating powerful machines beyond their manufacturer's intended term of use on children's bodies over and over again to provide unaccredited and debunked so-called treatments, chiefly because it brought cash into the door. And as I detailed above, they did so in an egregious, willing, or wanton disregard for life-saving safety measures. Because these treatments were so medically unsound, patient insurance policies would not cover the use of these chambers to treat these conditions. The Oxford Center offered to heal or ease. So this business was a pure cash flow for-profit business. The Oxford Center, and of course, its owner as well, owner Tamala Peterson.
Again, that was Attorney General Dana Nessel, who announced those charges today. I'm going to pull up our web story right now. Just give me a minute to share my other screen. But again, these are 4 people, including the owner of the Oxford Center and the person who was in charge of overseeing this hyperbaric chamber. Now, this is a file photo. This is the Oxford Center in Brighton, Michigan. It's not clear, as at least investigators have not revealed, why 5-year-old Thomas was receiving treatment at the Oxford Center. We don't know that as of right now. But again, 4 people were arraigned today in Troy District Court. It was the center's founder and chief executive, who you heard AG Nessel mention, Tamala Peterson. She's charged with second-degree murder. The other defendants, Gary Markin and Gary Mulseller and Alita Moffitt. Now, that Alita Moffitt is charged with involuntary manslaughter and intentionally placing false medical information on medical records. According to Nessel, Moffitt was the one who was overseeing the treatments inside this hyperbaric chamber. And again, 5-year-old Thomas, he sadly died from his injuries, and his mother, who was standing outside of the chamber at the time that her son was receiving that treatment, she was also injured. Something that a reporter asked during that news conference today to the Attorney General, they asked if she was aware in the past of any issues with the Oxford Center, because there have been filings in court for investigations. Here's what she had to say.
But that dealt more with the issue of fraud than it did the safety of the hyperbaric chamber. So that had not been an issue that we were aware of or had investigated. But there were other issues dealing with, again, issues related to fraud that were where we had ongoing investigations, and of course, previous convictions as well.
Now, again, she's just announcing these charges. This happened back in January. During her news conference today, Nessel had mentioned that it was standard for these types of places to do daily maintenance checks. She said that the hyperbaric chamber safety standards were allegedly disregarded by the Oxford Center on the day that 5-year-old Thomas died. And that included those daily maintenance checks, annual safety inspections, and the use of grounding strap for patients. Now, there was no medical doctor or safety supervisor on site when Cooper was undergoing this treatment. Alita Moffat, who you see right here, 60 years old, who is charged with involuntary manslaughter, she was overseeing the treatment that day. Again, this just came down today from Nestle's office on these charges, and those 4 people, they were arraigned in court. The judge giving them a bond as well. So it's not clear right now because I haven't checked court records before we've gone live right now, but I don't know if bond was posted for any of those 4 people. But again, those charges just coming down today. We have this article on our website, midmichigannow.com, and it's right under the homepage. And you can also watch more information from Nestle's office, as we did stream that live news conference that happened earlier this morning. It happened at 11:30. So you can see that all on our website. Obviously, a very tragic story that we've been covering since it happened back in January, and we will continue to cover and bring you the very latest information on this. We're going to follow to see where this goes because, again, this is just developing today, those charges announced on those 4 people. So I just want to thank you all for joining me tonight for Crime Unveiled with Courtney Bennett. I hope to see you next Tuesday night at 7.